October 31st, 1993. Los Angeles, Sunset Boulevard, the Viper Room nightclub. It was past 1 a.m. In front of the club, a young man collapsed to the ground. His body went rigid. Convulsions started, foam came from his mouth. His brother screamed. His girlfriend cried. They called 911, but it was too late. River Phoenix died right there, on the sidewalk, outside the club. He was 23 years old, the star of Stand By Me, the soul of My Own Private Idaho, Hollywood's brightest young talent. But that night, that talent was extinguished, on the dirty pavement of Sunset Boulevard. Official cause: cocaine and heroin overdose. But the real question was this: what did River Phoenix take inside that club? Who gave it to him? And why didn't anyone stop him? Because what happened inside the Viper Room that night was never told. Before we reveal the untold truth about River Phoenix's final hours, hit subscribe for more shocking Hollywood stories that were buried for decades. River Jude Phoenix was born on August 23, 1970 in Madras, Oregon. His family was unusual. His mother Arlen and father John were members of a religious cult called Children of God. River's childhood was chaotic. The family lived in South America, making money by performing music on the streets. River and his siblings would sing, play guitar, collect money from tourists. But in 1977, the family left the cult. They returned to America, settled in Los Angeles. Arlen decided to turn her children into actors. River went to his first audition at age 8. In the early 1980s, River started appearing on TV. 7 Brides for 7 Brothers, Family Ties, small roles. But River stood out every time. His talent was natural, comfortable in front of the camera, deep, genuine. In 1985 came Explorers, a science fiction film. River played a young inventor. The film wasn't very successful, but Hollywood noticed River. 1986 was the breaking point. Stand By Me. River played Chris Chambers, a kid with an abusive father but a soft heart. The film became legendary. River's performance was perfect. That role made him a star. He was no longer a child actor. He was a serious performer. But River hated fame. He would say, "I just want to act, not be famous." But fame found him anyway, and it brought something darker with it. In 1988 came Running on Empty. River played the son of fugitive parents. His performance was so good he was nominated for an Oscar. He was 18 years old, one of the youngest male actors ever nominated. He didn't win, but now everyone knew River Phoenix. In 1989 came Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. River played young Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford's younger self, adventurous, brave, smart. The film broke box office records. River became a mainstream star. But River wanted to do something different. Independent films, art cinema. And that's when Gus Van Sant came along and offered River a role that would change everything. In 1991, My Own Private Idaho was filmed, directed by Gus Van Sant. River played Mike Waters, a narcoleptic, homeless sex worker. The role was difficult, naked, vulnerable, full of pain. River gave everything. His soul was in that role. The film was shown in Venice. Critics gave it a standing ovation. River Phoenix had become an icon, the best actor of his generation. But at the same time, River was getting involved in something dangerous. Because behind the clean image was a young man drowning in substances nobody knew about. River's public image was clean. He was a vegetarian, environmental activist, defended animal rights. But the reality was different. River had been using drugs since his teenage years. He called them natural drugs, said they weren't chemical. But in the early 1990s, he moved to harder things. His family didn't know. His girlfriend Samantha Mathis didn't know, or she ignored it. In the summer of 1993, River was filming Dark Blood in Utah. The role was demanding. He played a hermit in the desert. But the shoot was chaotic. River kept showing up high, forgetful, distracted. Director George Slizer was worried. He said River is not okay. But before the film finished, River returned to Los Angeles for a few days off. Those few days would be the last days of his life. Because on the night of October 30th, 1993, River got a phone call. Johnny Depp was calling. Johnny Depp owned the Viper Room at that time, a nightclub on Sunset Boulevard. Johnny called River and said, "Tomorrow night there's an event at the club, come hang out." River accepted. October 31st, Halloween night, he would go to the Viper Room. That day, River walked around Beverly Hills with his girlfriend Samantha. They went shopping. River seemed normal. Happy, not suspicious of anything. In the evening, his brother Joaquin and his girlfriend joined them. 4 people went to the Viper Room. They walked into the club. Inside, it was crowded. Dark. Music blaring. River went to the bar. Got a drink. Then someone gave him something. Cocaine. River snorted it. Then someone else came. Gave him a pill. River swallowed it. He didn't know what it was. Joaquin looked at his older brother and said, "River, slow down." River smiled. Okay. But he didn't slow down. As the night went on, River took more. Cocaine, heroin, ecstasy, GHB. It was a mix his body couldn't handle. Around 12:30 a.m., River went to the bathroom. When he came back, his face was pale. Samantha asked, "Are you okay?" River said, "I feel great." But his eyes were blurry. At 1 a.m., River suddenly collapsed. Joaquin immediately ran to him. River. No response. River's body was shaking, foam coming from his mouth. Samantha screamed, "Help! Somebody help!" But nobody helped. Everyone just watched. Joaquin carried River outside, to the front of the club, onto the sidewalk. There, on the pavement, River kept convulsing. His eyes were open, but he wasn't seeing anything. Joaquin called 911. His voice was shaking. "Please come. My brother can't breathe. We're in front of the Viper Room. Please hurry." The ambulance arrived. It took 8 minutes, but those 8 minutes were too long. Paramedics loaded River onto the stretcher, gave him CPR, administered oxygen. But River's heart had stopped. They took him to Cedars-Sinai Hospital. At 1:51 a.m., River Phoenix was pronounced dead. He was 23 years old. News spread fast. By morning, the entire world knew River Phoenix was gone. Fans gathered outside the Viper Room, crying, leaving flowers. Hollywood went silent, because everyone knew River was not supposed to die. But the real question was this: what happened inside the Viper Room that night? Who gave River those drugs? Police launched an investigation. They raided the Viper Room. But nobody talked. No witnesses came forward. Johnny Depp said, "I wasn't there. I wasn't at the club that night." But club employees said Johnny was there that night. The person who gave River the drugs was never found. Because that night, everyone was using drugs. The autopsy results were released. Cocaine, heroin, Valium, marijuana, ephedrine. 5 different substances. River's body couldn't take it. The medical examiner called it acute multiple drug intoxication. But nobody was charged. The case was closed. And just like that, River Phoenix became another name on Hollywood's list of lost stars. River's funeral was held in Florida. Family and close friends attended. Joaquin Phoenix never forgot that day. For years he blamed himself for his brother's death. He would say, "I couldn't stop him. I couldn't save him." After River Phoenix's death, Hollywood fell silent, because everyone knew River wasn't alone. In the 1990s, drugs were everywhere in Hollywood. At parties, in clubs, on sets. River was just the one who got caught. The film Dark Blood was never finished. It was 80% complete, but after River died, it was shut down. In 2012, director George Slicer completed the film, in memory of River. The Viper Room still stands on Sunset Boulevard, but it's not the same anymore. Johnny Depp sold the club. It closed and reopened for years. But that sidewalk is still there. The spot where River Phoenix fell, fans leave flowers there. Light candles. There's a plaque that says River Phoenix died here. But it's not official. Fans put it up. Years later, people still ask, could River have been saved? The answer is yes. If someone had called 911 sooner, if someone had stopped him from taking that mix. But nobody did. Because in Hollywood, everybody looks the other way. To Joaquin Phoenix carried his brother's legacy forward. He won an Oscar for Joker. But at every awards ceremony, Joaquin mentions his brother. He says River should be here. And he's right. River should have been there. Maybe the greatest tragedy was this. River Phoenix never wanted to be famous. He just wanted to act, to do his art. But Hollywood gave him fame. The press followed him. Everyone wanted something from him. And in the end, River got lost in a world he couldn't escape. On the sidewalk of the Viper Room, on Halloween night, River Phoenix died at 23, too young, too talented. But Hollywood swallowed him. Just like James Dean. Just like Marilyn. They say if you stand outside the Viper Room late at night, you can still feel something. A sadness in the air. A loss that never healed. Because that's where River Phoenix's light went out, on a cold sidewalk, surrounded by strangers. And nobody saved him. River Phoenix was supposed to change cinema. He was supposed to grow old, win Oscars, inspire generations. But instead he became a cautionary tale. A reminder of what Hollywood takes from those who shine too bright. On October 31st, every year, fans gather outside the Viper Room. They light candles. They play his films on their phones. They remember the boy from Stand By Me, the lost soul from My Own Private Idaho. And they ask the question that will never have an answer. Why did River have to die that night? The truth is, River Phoenix didn't die from drugs. He died from a system that let him fall. From friends who didn't intervene. From a culture that celebrated excess. And from a world that loved his talent but never protected the person behind it. River Phoenix, gone at 23, never forgotten.